Hello YouTubers, my name is Frederick Lopez and you're in a new episode of Binge Reviews. I just got done binge watching Penny Dreadful Season 2 on Netflix, and I must say it is a big step up from Season 1, and it continues what the first season set up and built up for the world. It gets to explore more of the characters and the overall universe of Penny Dreadful. The cast is pretty much the same cast. So you have Timothy Dalton come back, Josh Hartnett, Eva Green, and then as well as Helen McCrory as Madame Callie, along with a few extra witches, Simon Russell Biel as Ferdinand Lyle, and Patti LuPone as Joan Clayton. So you have those people and a few extra new ones come back. So I'm going to go over my quick review and thoughts of the series, and then give my score before going into some spoiler territory. So again, if you haven't seen Season 2, don't watch the end of this video, but I'm going to put a disclaimer on spoiler stuff that I liked in the show that I like to go more into detail. So, what is Penny Dreadful Season 2 about? So pretty much, it starts off where the first one left off. In the first season, they defeated Dracula, Mina died, and his army was stopped. So Josh Hartnett's going to go back somewhere, leave, and Miss Vanessa Ives is there, so he's like accompanying her, and they get attacked by these weird creatures. And you find out these creatures are in fact witches, and that Madame Callie, she had a small role in Season 1, and they're at the Awakening. And basically, you find out she's a witch that wants Vanessa Ives. Pretty much they're in league with Lucifer, and Vanessa Ives is very important to Lucifer. Maybe as a bride or maybe as a mother of the Antichrist. They need her alive. They need her to join them. And it's very important that they give her to their master. So pretty much the story is the same type of stuff with Victor Frankenstein. Billy Piper's character is resurrected and it's kind of like the Bride of Frankenstein. So you get to see more of the Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein, and Victor Frankenstein. There's more stuff explored there. Dorian Gray is explored a bit more. We get to have cool stuff with Vanessa Ives' backstory. There is a flashback episode in Season 1, and this season you actually get to see not only a little bit more of how she learned her dark magical powers as a witch, but you also get to see the first witch she knew and who taught her everything, as well as the origin of the witches that are going after her. And there's more stuff with Josh Hartnett's character. At the end of Season 1, spoiler, he was discovered to be a werewolf, and you actually get to see that. You also get to see Dorian Gray's reflection, which is really cool. So there's a lot of great stuff that's explored more. Timothy Dalton has a little bit more to do. He's kind of a different character. And pretty much the witches have to figure out the weak points to get Vanessa. And the main witch, Madame Callie, starts basically seducing Timothy Dalton's character. And he's in love with her, and the younger witches are trying to get Josh Hartnett out of the way in order for Vanessa to be alone, and they want her. And it's pretty much a struggle between light and dark, and then Vanessa Ives kind of going into that dark side. And that's pretty much, as a non-spoiler review, what Penny Dreadful Season 2 is about. Basic good versus evil with these literary characters from Season 1. Great stuff. The pacing's better. The cinematography's great. It has a much grander feel to it, more epic. I don't know if it's because they got things started with Season 1, but they actually know where they're going, and it feels like they don't have to worry about the show being canceled or anything in this season. It feels like they have a good season after everything that was built up in Season 1. It feels like they have a good starting point. Yeah, so if I had to give it a quick score, I would give it 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10, and A-. It's a great season. Very minor flaws or things I just didn't enjoy much. I feel like Dorian Gray for the first half of this season was kind of wasted. He ends up kind of falling in love with this woman/man, Angelique, and it's like a transgendered person. And I didn't like that story, and it's not just because of the content or whatever, it's more so because it didn't give Dorian Gray much to do. It feels like that was kind of disjointed and kind of on his own, not tied to the rest. Where Season 1, he had a lot of screwed up stuff to do, but it felt like it was tied to some of the characters you were following in Season 1, where this one, he's just kind of like, I'm in love with this woman with a dick, basically. And he doesn't really get much to do, but it does pay off. There's this cool moment where the mirror, his painting, is revealed, and then a whole romance with the Bride of Frankenstein that starts at the end. So his story does, I guess, It's not that bad. If you get through the first couple of episodes of that romance, it does have a great culmination, and ultimately leads into what may occur in season 3 at the end of this season. So yeah, other than that, the witches, oh my god, those witches were evil. Those witches were bitches. I'm not lying. It's been a while since a pair of villains have just really upset me in a television show, and I was rooting for the protagonist to defeat them. And it's a real crazy ride, and some really wicked stuff again. Not quite as crazy as a Possession episode from season 1, but there still is some pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10, and an A- is what I give Penny Dreadful Season 2. Now, into spoiler territory. My favorite episode besides Little Scorpion was The Nightcomers. I loved Vanessa Ives' origin and her basically visiting the cut wife and finding out that that's a sister of the evil witch, Madame Callie. And that whole origin episode was just fantastic, one of the best. It continues from where she saw Mina's vision from season 1 in that flashback episode, and it's before she goes back to London to Mr. Murray, Timothy Dalton's character, to see where Mina is. So it's kind of in between the flashback episodes and before season 1, but it's great stuff. You get to see where she learns how to be a witch. Some great emotion between the actresses there, and when she does get burned, it's just heartbreaking, and it really gives motivation for her to go after the villains, and it sets up the villains and why they're after Vanessa Ives. Little Scorpion was a cool kind of sequel to that. Pretty much after Timothy Dalton comes back, his character's wife commits suicide, and Vanessa Ives is just like, I have to leave, and Josh Hartnett's character's just like, yeah, you're not going to go anywhere without me, Eric Chandler, and he's just like, I'll go with you. Some great stuff there, werewolf action. She gets revenge for the guy who burned her mentor, and I just love the chemistry between Josh Hartnett and Eva Green. You really want them together, and that's one thing about the show, is that everything's set up. It kind of gives you a realistic, not so happily ever after ending. You know, everything just kind of happens. Victor Frankenstein kind of has a sad ending. Frankenstein's monster has like a tragic ending. Timothy Dalton's kind of filled with anger again, goes to Africa. Victor Frankenstein gets heartbroken by the bride of Frankenstein, and finding out that she knew who she was all along in her memories, and being with Dorian Gray was just like utterly, just like, it hits you in the heart. And Vanessa Ives and Eric getting together and then not kissing and him going. He's going to arrest himself, just basically be hung, and he's just like, nope, I'm working with your father and you're going to be extradited to the US. So like everybody had sort of these promises and hopes, and then the finale just basically broke them all, and that's where it ends. It's like everybody's kind of alone in their own journeys. I saw that season 3's ending. I've heard what happened, but I really want to see what happens in season 3 when I binge watch it. Season 2 was storytelling at its best, and those are my favorite episodes. Some really great stuff there, and yeah, it's been one of the better second seasons. Season 2 should keep the same kind of tone and everything that was set up in season 1, but build upon it. Shows more of the universe, flesh out the characters more, and that's what Penny Dreadful Season 2 did. So yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5, an 8 out of 10, and an A-. Penny Dreadful Season 2 was not dreadful by any means, but it was pretty awesome. And that's just my 2 cents about it, and yeah, go check it out if you haven't already. If you see this review and haven't checked out Season 1, go back to the beginning, watch Season 1, see my review on that, see Penny Dreadful Season 2, and yeah, hopefully, whether you see this like now or after, my Penny Dreadful Binge Review Season 3 video will be up soon. I still need to watch it, but it's only 9 episodes, and I can't wait to see how it all ends. It's just a shame that I caught this show late. I saw a little bit of it, but I could never catch it on time with college and stuff, and now that I've graduated, I can finally catch up on some shows that I missed out on. So yeah, Penny Dreadful Season 2 was pretty great, and it's perfect for the Halloween season. It was raining outside in Texas when I watched it, so it was perfect mood. But yeah, definitely check it out. That's just my quick little binge review, and keep a lookout for Season 3's binge review and more stuff on my channel, especially with Halloween. There's going to be a lot of Final Cut episodes coming along. Anyway, I'm Frederick Lopez, and this is Binge Reviews. Have a good day.